Hi class, I'm checking in today and I wanted to emphasize a few things for you. First of all, I've been reading your blogs and for the most part I think you've got your blogs set up nicely and you're pretty much right on target. The whole idea of the blogs is to think about the issues that we're talking about in the module, in this case graphic arts and photography, and then try to make some connections to what does it mean if the photographer shapes a picture in a certain way and they pay attention to how to direct your attention. Well, what does that mean for educators? Again, this is an imaginative bridge. We're not talking about a literal bridge where you might say, well, the teacher ought to use more photography in their class. No, not really. We're talking more about how does the photographer create something compelling and what are the lessons there for how a teacher might use those same sorts of things. Anyway, so for the most part, you're right on track with all of your blogs. One of the difficult things to do in this class, and it is one of the key ideas, is to understand the relationship between design and the experience. So that's actually the key to this course, the nature and design of compelling experiences. So I created a little visual aid for you. First of all, in the Eisner piece, and many of you commented on this in your blogs that the Eisner piece is difficult. The Eisner piece talked about the word form, and that's what artists, that's what teachers, that's what these graphic artists and photographers are doing. They're forming the material. So if you're a graphic artist, a graphic designer, what do? You work with all these elements that they talked about in this week's reading, like the grouping, the harmony, the flow, the emphasis. Those are the qualities. Those are the aspects of the material that they form. That they work with those things to create a special graphic image. Same thing with photographers. Photographers work with contrast, focus, composition, position, lighting. Those are the things that a photographer forms in order to create certain kind of qualities. Qualities of what? Qualities of the experience. You like my fancy visual aids? So your job is to know both sides of that picture, to know how does the form or the forming of something relate to the experiences that are created. That's the key. It's hard enough to understand one and then the other, but the real trick is to understand the relationship. And then finally, for the project for this module, you're going to have to take two pictures that you've taken. One that's sort of an ordinary one, and one that you transform to become more compelling. And in the process of talking about that, in the process of transforming, see there's that word again, you're somehow working with the form, and then in photography, what can you form? Well, again, you can work with the contrast, you can work with the composition, you can work with the lighting, the position, all that. You can work on the background. Those are the things that you can form to produce certain qualities of experience, and you're going to have to become articulate about both of these things. And then in doing that, here's the third thing. Look at this. That work that you're going to be doing, that work of transforming something to create a more compelling experience, that's what I call the work of art. Isn't that cute? Cute turn of phrase. Anyways, there's a lot of complex ideas there. It's easy for me to say, but that's the meat of the course. So I really want you to think about those things during this module and beyond. That's all for now. Talk to you later.